They came up with the idea that a circle has 360 degrees in it. They also came up with the ziggurat, which is an observatory that gets them closer to the sky.
They built temples and monuments which were aligned to the cardinal points. They were also famous for their math.
A monument is aligned so that the sun shines through the rocks, and it's also aligned with the moon.
They were fascinated with eclipses. They recorded 900 solar eclipses and 600 lunar eclipses. They also recorded meteor showers and guest stars. They measured the years with those observations.
He predicted some lunar eclipses. He also predicted how tall the pyramid was just by looking at its shadow.
Lived around 500 BC. He made a model of a solar system.
Babylonians lived around 1800 BC. They made astronomy and advanced mathematics which they used to build cities.
Aristotle lived between 384 and 322 BC. Aristotle thought that the Exodus model was correct, so he used it and modified it and added it to cities.
Aristarchus lived in 300 BC. He made a model of the solar system that put the sun in the middle.
Eratosthenes lived around 190 BC. He was the astronomer who made the first measurement of the Earth.
Hipparchus was around 190 BC. He was the founder of trigonometry and was also famous for the discovery of precision and the equinoxes.
The Mayan people roamed the earth in the 1800 BC. They were most famous for their accurate calendar.
Ptolemy was around 90 AD. He invented the fractions.
The Arabs/Muslims were around 700 to 1200 AD. There were two types of people, and they both studied astronomy. They were mainly into time.
Copernicus was around 1473. He inspired a lot of other astronomers like Isaac Newton.
Brahe lived around 1546. He discovered SU 1572, which is a supernova, 1 out of 8 that can be seen.
Galileo lived around 1564. He discovered 4 of the moons in Jupiter and inspired more astronomers.
Kepler lived around 1571. He discovered 3 major laws of planetary motion.
Isaac Newton lived between 1642 and 1727. He focused on the laws of gravity. He also invented calculus.
Edmund Halley lived around 1656, but he was best known for computing the orbit of the eponymous Halley's Comet.
Einstein was around 1879. He developed the general theory or relativity, one of the 2 pillars of modern physics.
Niels Bohr was around 1920. He made contributions to understanding atomic structure and quantum theory.
Wolfgang Paul was born in 1913 and was a German physicist. He won a Nobel Prize in 1989.
Warren Heisenberg was around in 1901. He was a physicist and was a founder of quantum mechanics.
Edwin Hubble was born on November 20, 1889. He was an American astronomer who helped establish the field of extragalactic astronomy.
George Lemaitre was born in 1894. He was a Belgian priest, astronomer, and professor of physics at the Catholic University of Leuven. He proposed a theory of the expansion of the universe.
Robert Oppenheimer was born in 1967. He made the atomic bomb.
Fred Hoyle was born in 1915. He was an English astronomer noted primarily for the theory of stellar nuclei synthesis.
Penzias and Wilson were around 1960. They both were physicists who discovered cosmic microwave radiation.
Armstrong and Aldrin were around in the late 1960s. They were both the first astronauts to ever set foot on the moon. Pythagoras lived around 500 BC. He made one of the first models of our solar system.